Hello, sorry about that. I needed to post and accidentally closed the Instagram tab that I was using to post. So, cool. Love that for me. Don't discard the post when I'm posting. Please don't do that. All right, let me throw those up and then tag Ronnie and we can get started because hypothetically, we are finishing this game tonight. And by hypothetically, I mean we are. We're not ending stream until we're done. I decided for us. Hello, Hannah. Welcome. I hope you are very productive today. Okay, let me grab Steam and swap over to my dashboard. Whoa, loud. Oh, I have to adjust all the sounds. Yes. I love remembering things I need to do, like, as I'm streaming, and it's like, okay, this is a mess. Maybe one of these days I'll be really put together when we start a stream, but that is not today. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Okay. That's opening. Great. That one. Yes, perfect. Okay. I'm like, where are things? Where are things? You should have that. Okay.
I have that.
Okay, and it looks like for now you're okay on volume level, so that's
all right.
good. Yeah, I
gotta redraw my fucking guy for the next.
Oh, yeah, we should decide. We'll have to decide. We both have to. Technically, Emma's on a different outfit when she's there.
I was like, we could be Edgeworth and Kay.
We could do that. I continue to have characters with just like an absurd amount of hair. Because, like, Lynn also had, I guess that, at least for that time, we both had an absurd amount of hair on our characters. Yeah, so we were just, like, shrunk. We were just, like...
It was a shared burden.
Yeah. I'm just moving my mic around. All right. How was your day?
It was good. It was good.
I'm glad.
Since there's a comic convention this weekend, like that's like specifically a comics focused one. CXC, my dad is in the city, and I had dinner with him, and he got me, and he paid for food, and I love when people get me food. I had lobster mac and cheese, and it was very good.
Is this really where we stopped? It is. Sorry, my brain went. Is this where we were?
I was like, damn, you don't want to hear about my lobster mac and cheese or my line.
I thought that maybe it was gonna just like drop us in a room and we could talk for a second, but then Phoenix was like, no, I got a monologue.
Really
I got shit to say. That trial. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had lobster mac and cheese, and it was very good.
Hell yeah.
And I have some of it boxed up, and then it also had garlic mashed potatoes.
Ooh, tasty.
Yeah, it was huge. I appreciated it.
Honestly, gotta love leftovers. Or just a big meal when you can just be like, I don't need to eat for like 12 hours.
Oh no, when I sat in the car on the drive back to my place, I was like, I'm so good, like on food for a little bit. It was very nice. And then I know I told you, I just went home and took a great nap, so.
I literally, like, all I did, like, I ate a sandwich for lunch today, and it had, like, chicken on it, and for the rest of the afternoon, I was like, I need to sleep. Like, it was good I was really productive in the morning, because I was just, like, falling asleep at my desk. I was like, I can't. Okay, Ronnie, before we start, this is half relevant. Did you see the tweet that the official Ace Attorney Twitter had to put out tonight?
Oh yeah, where they were like, everyone shut up, there's no Ace Attorney 7.
It was so funny.
It was so good.
I did not think they were going to do anything. This is going to be in the past when this VOD goes up, it's going to be like months and months and months. This was Tokyo Game Show, and they posted, and the thing in Tokyo Game Show was like, Ace Attorney product introduction trailer Sunday. And everyone was like, oh my god, what could this mean? Which, I mean, is fair enough, but, like, I thought it would be really weird. Like, they just released a game.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be really weird. And, that would be such a strange, like, me and Marie, like, really were, like, we were overlaying it because it's a redraw of some old art from the trilogy, except the person who drew it fucked up. So they colored part of, like, they like, the lines are so thin that part of, like, his jacket shoulder that shows beyond his hand was colored skin color. And so it looks like he's got, like, an extra knuckle. So his hand, which already looks weird without the chunky line art, it looks like he's got, like, a weird hand situation going on. And then me and Marie were spending, like, a really long time looking at the couches because we could not figure out where this couch background came. But, like, to me, as someone who's made graphics both for part of my internship and for zines, I was like, this is the laziest graphic I've ever seen. Someone forgot, or someone panicked, someone didn't have, like, they didn't have a logo on it. That was, like, there were no other images, there was nothing before that image, there was nothing after, there was no flash of the logo and then that still image. They didn't have the game logo on the screen, which was so strange. Like,
fascinating.
Immediately so weird. That's so weird to me, that there was no logo anywhere on the screen. But yeah, so I didn't think that we were gonna get anything new, but it was so funny because I was seeing everyone, like, come up with different theories and make bingo cards, and, like, I love the energy, but I was just like, I don't think we're gonna get anything. But you know what, if you want to talk about how we might get an anime, sure, like, go for it.
Yeah, like,
live your truth.
Yeah, have fun.
But they did tweet today, which was like a solid, like, 30 hours after this was dropped yesterday. I know many of you are excited for this video, but please do manage your expectations. The trailer will not be introducing any new, in quotations, products, but we do hope you find enjoyment in what we have to share. And I wish, Ronnie, I would give anything. I would give anything. Yeah. I don't speak Japanese. I would give anything to be in the room with the social media team for Capcom, sitting there, looking at each other and going, so, they think that there's, like, a big Ace Attorney announcement tomorrow, and it's, we don't,
there just isn't
we
one.
don't have one, and we don't want to get, they're gonna be really mad, because we don't actually, there's nothing, it's just a trailer of the games that we already released, so what do we do? Because they, like, quote retweeted it, and they said something like, I wonder if that defense attorney will be there or something. And people were, like, trying to figure out, ooh, which one?
Yeah, exactly. That one threw me for a loop. I was
but, like,
oh.
Somebody in a server I'm in said it, and I was like, oh, obviously that's what they're doing. And they said, it's really funny because the account is still role-playing Miles Edgeworth because of the investigations release.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, like, we're not trying to figure out who that's like, it's like a joke, it's a bit. And so it's really funny that tonight they had to, like, not only did they drop it, they also did it in first person. They were like, they
were like, actually, roleplay over, we have to be serious now.
Let's all be so serious for a second. You're not getting anything. We don't just want you to manage your expectations, we want you to lessen them. Have none. Literally zero. Like, nothing.
Because there isn't anything.
Which I can appreciate, if only because people are still probably going to be annoyed that there's nothing new and they did all this. It's really weird to do all this anyway. But at least we aren't, like, waiting till Sunday and then people are watching the trailer and then they're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sure some people will have missed this tweet, but I think it'll probably get sent around enough that people who would get really mad will at least have a warning. But the reason I immediately was like, I don't think that's anything is, I don't know if you saw this, but Capcom was like, we created an Ace Attorney timeline for our fun Ace Attorney site, because, like, now they have, like, a much nicer looking one with, like, better transitions and whatever. And I thought it was going to be, like, the wiki timeline, where they, like, put dates on it. Like, if you've ever gone on the wiki timeline, I spend a lot of time on there trying to figure out when things happen. But it, like, breaks down events, and it tells when all the cases are, like, birth date estimations, like, things like, this is the day Trucy gets adopted, this is the day so-and-so dies, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't think it was gonna be that detailed, because on the wiki, it's literally every event that has, like, a date, basically. Yeah. But when you went on the when Grace sent it and was like, here's a timeline, it's literally just, like, the games in order. So it's just, like, DGS 1, DGS 2. It's not even broken down super in order, because then it would have spoilers for AA3 and AAI. So it's just like DGS, DGS2, original Ace Attorney game. So I was like, well, that's not what I expected. And it's a lot less effort than I thought was going into it. So when they were like, it's a product introduction trailer, I was like, oh, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be impressed if it's more than a PowerPoint. Although,
I really hope it is just a PowerPoint.
I was going to say, I said I would be more impressed. I would find it infinitely more. I can't explain the way I would feel if I opened up an official Capcom video and it was like one of those shitty PowerPoints that you do for PowerPoint night when you and your friends get drunk and do PowerPoints.
Next time we hang out IRL, can we please do a PowerPoint night? I know it would just be like we can get one of your brothers or all of them or everyone in your house.
We all get together. You have 15 minutes. Convince us of a thing. Go.
It won't even take you much to get drunk. I can just give you a single mic and be like,
Rude.
all right, have fun.
I don't even get drunk. I just get sleepy. I'm just like, it's time for bed. Good night. Anyway, yeah, Ghost Trick banner ad. Hell yeah. They're on, like, the games are on sale. That's really all that happened. All the games but AI are on sale. Once again. The only announcement I want is when the trilogy is originally going to be on 69% off, because it's on like 67 right now. We are so close.
They gotta at some point.
They won't. But like, what if they did? It'd be funny.
It'd be really good.
Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because I've been thinking about this since it happened yesterday. But like, even their weird little, this is our last thing we're going to put in our Tokyo Game Show presentation, and it looks like we made it in 10 minutes. Not even. I could make that in probably 3. If I had the assets ready, the 2 images, 3 minutes. It was a basic font, not even like trilogy specific. I think you can probably find it for free. And stroke. And a drop shadow. Faint drop shadow. I was like, okay, what? Anyway, I relate to whatever person Panic made that graphic, because that is a mood. Like, when are we not Panic making graphics, right?
And you know, yeah, like, that's realistic.
Yeah, it was like I was at work, and I was at work in my in the office, so I couldn't watch Tokyo Game Show at work in my cubicle. But I was watching, but people were talking about it in server, and I was just watching people go, Monster Hunter. It's still Monster Hunter. It is, in fact, more Monster Hunter. Were you curious? It's Monster Hunter. Huge win for the Monster Hunter fans, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of those guys.
Apparently. I feel like every single time I've watched anything for Capcom, they talk a lot about Monster Hunter, but I think I know, like, only a few people who play it. I just don't think I'm friends with people who are Monster Hunter people. You know?
Maybe they just don't want to be friends with you, I guess.
I think that's rude.
Unfortunately, yeah, maybe you have to make a tweet like, hey, Monster Hunter guys. Someone hang out with me.
I don't even know what, like, kind of game it is. That's how little I know about it. I'm, like, not actually sure. Like, I don't know what it would be defined as like, a type of game. I'm, like, I know it exists. Hell yeah.
Welcome to the official site of the Monster Hunter game franchise.
Anyway, let's finish ruining Phoenix's life. And gaining a daughter.
Monster Hunter is a Japanese media franchise centered on a series of fantasy-themed action role-playing video games that started with the game Monster Hunter for the PlayStation 2 in 2004.
Okay.
Does that help at all?
No.
The logo's sick.
Yeah.
Logo's really cool. So, if you care about that. Alright. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work. I got the inflection on that wrong.
Real.
I hate when, like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate when I say a sentence right, but I, like, don't put the right emphasis on the right words, and I'm like, oh, it's ruined, actually.
That's actually one of the reasons that, for those who don't know, I work, as of this stream, in audiobook narration. As an editor, and that's one of the reasons narrators are required to read through an entire book, because you're not going to know sentence by sentence, like, off the top of your head, oh, that's where this is going, but you have a better idea if you've read the book, and you can tell, like, as someone who edits audiobooks and listens to a lot of them, you can tell when, like, the words are, like, a surprise to the narrator, Because, like, their delivery will just be weird, and you're like, oh, you didn't know where this sentence was going. At all. So,
Sigh.
Right.
The mysteries of the past were...
I thought you finished it again. I'm sorry.
The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present, but you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself.
He's just, like, in our brains. He's just in Apollo's brain.
This fucking injury.
This fucking guy. We're finally gonna be done seeing him.
I'm sorry, I know we've made, like, too many jokes and it's not funny anymore. Why is he so hollow?
To be fair, we did not shut up about that window that Thalassa was in. That was the weirdest window of all time. Like, what was that window? So, I mean, this is nothing new for us.
I hope, you know what? Can you imagine shooting a guy and being like,
what the fuck?
His head didn't do enough. Like,
yeah,
not like, oh, that's gruesome, but like, oh, I don't like how little happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no blood. No blood. None.
And nothing going on in there either. Just kind of like...
You've heard of one brain cell. There's no brain. There's nothing. It's, like it's hollow.
The dark mass.
You could knock on it and it would echo. Anyway.
I love when people like talk about shit like that and someone quote retweets like many of my mutuals on Twitter. Oh. Which of Magnifique Grammary's disciples pulled that trigger? And why does Head do that?
Why does Head do that?
Why does Head do that? Where did the vanishing defendants at Grammary go?
Oh, you know.
You know. What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page?
Yeah, that was a bad move to accept that one, Phoenix. There's, like, no way around that. That was a shit choice.
Like, that's kind of, like, unfortunately, that is kind of fully on you.
We cannot be accepting random pieces of evidence from small children. Small children who are like, oh yeah, someone told me to give this to you. Who? Like, not a good way to get evidence, bestie.
Like, yeah, I'll take a look at this, I guess. Like, sure, fuck it. Who cares anymore, actually?
Honestly, the way it would happen to me is I would take it just to take it because I don't want to make a little girl upset. Like, when you work with kids, you just take shit from them. If they're like, here, hold this, you just do it, you know? You just take it. I would take it. I would promptly forget where I got it, especially if I was holding other pieces of paper. And I would present it in court, and they'd be like, where'd you get this? And I would be like, I have no clue.
I forgot.
They'd be like, you forged this. And I would be like, okay. Like, I can see myself presenting it because I just, like, forgot that a small child gave it to me and I forgot to throw it away. You know?
Yeah, no, that's so fair.
Embarrassing.
What about the girl who was left behind?
I love this art. It's like, it's so weird. It's not great art for most things. I don't know. The lobby art is always so baffling. It's always so baffling.
Back to the Matrix.
I love when people just put ones and zeros on a screen and move them around, and they're technology.
I want to know if they did like type a bunch of like AA4-esque like code words in, or if they really did just spam ones and zeros, and this shit does not make sense.
I bet it's nothing.
But if someone could take a look for me, someone who like, because I'm not gonna do it, but if someone else could.
It would just involve taking a few screenshots and putting like a few of them into a binary converter to see if you get rubbish or if you actually get a word. But I doubt it's actually much. It's probably just, if anything, it's character names. It's just like Phoenix, you know?
Yes, very, very likely. The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game.
Well, it is, so...
Yeah, like, good news. I have great news. Hi, baby girl.
Hey!
I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence.
That's on me.
It ended half finished when... Yeah, he's like, that is my bad. It ended half finished when the defendant vanished. I love when my not quite there yet T-voice cracks. It's great for me, actually. I love feeling 16 in all the bad ways.
Again. 16.
That's really what.
Two.
That's really what it feels like.
I mean, that's literally what's happening.
Yeah.
Puberty too.
I'm so sweaty all the time. I'm just kind of constantly in a state of like awkwardness.
At least you probably have the sense that like a lot of people in puberty don't have to like wear more deodorant.
Oh yeah.
Know? Oh, middle school.
And the fact that it's slowly getting cooler is definitely helping.
Yeah, it's gonna get cooler and not be 8,000 degrees outside for you, so.
Yay! As much as I love the summer, you know, everything in moderation. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear.
I love the idea that Phoenix pops up and he's like, "Hey, I'll be your guide," and Apollo is like, "Can it be someone else?" Like,
I don't want this one.
He's like, is there like a character select screen? And Phoenix is just like standing right in front of him, like as a physical person.
They're like
a real human being.
Yeah, it's like playing Mario Party when there's only like 6 options. And you're like, oh, I'm always that guy. Fuck. Who do you pick in Mario Party?
I have only played Mario Party like once. So
you should play Mario Party with your family too. I'm just inserting myself. Sorry.
You're so fine.
I'm just kind of also your brother now as well.
Just adding to the like the mess of my house. Throw another person in here. Why not? We had one day where both my brother's fiance and my sister's boyfriend were here, and we were trying to go to dinner, and my mom was like trying to figure out how many people we had, and I think it was like there was just one night where she was like, okay, we have between 6 and 9 people showing up, and I was like, we do?
Oh, and one more thing. Just like, oh my god, just like Nintendo Directs. Love when they do that. I love when it's also so obvious what it's gonna be, even if they don't announce the game. Like, you know, there's like a huge thing they've been working on and like have to give an update about.
Yeah, it's always funny when it's always like, oh right, the Zelda you guys have been waiting on, it's not done.
But we do have a cutscene that will vaguely get you excited.
Yeah, they're like, well, this isn't done, and we don't have a release date, but you want to see Zelda? And everyone's like, yeah!
It still goes hard. I have to, like, I get hyped too. I'm like, shit, there's everyone. There's the guy. I love looking at, like, a really cinematic shot of Link, and then them being like, alright, that's actually it.
Yeah, we don't have anything else.
Yeah, like, we are done now. There is something else to tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? Well, I know! I played the other games.
Yeah, don't fucking tutorial me in the last case, but like, we can't.
That I would have you see for yourself.
So I gotta keep a few secrets.
He loves doing that.
Oh yeah.
Well now, shall we begin? Ready? Restart to install the latest Windows update. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. But let's begin 7 years ago.
I clicked past that because I was like, I don't need to know that, but I actually don't. Oh, okay, it's just Q&E. It's the move buttons. I was like, I actually don't know what we're doing.
Did you know you can use Q&E to jump between the past and present?
That's crazy.
I love what. That's my favorite line from. That's my favorite. It was just a really pivotal moment when he said that
it was really
to
impactful.
us 10 seconds ago. I liked it a lot. Made me think. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, let's play.
He's talking to us. Oh my god. Whoa. All right, let's see. do we want to start? Are these all locked right now? They are.
Yeah.
All right, let's just start from the top and work down.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've played this section, so I'm pretty sure you can just play
I
it.
think you can do it kind of however, but you know, we'll figure it out as we go. If we get stuck, we get stuck, and we frantically click around for a while until something happens.
Yay!
That's what I do with Nancy Drew. I'm just like, fuck.
And then sometimes Nancy Drew just soft-locked your ass.
Dude, since I got all my things up, I don't know, people don't, like, always watch my VODs, which is fine, but I had to watch a bunch of all of them to, one, export them, and then also to find a title. The amount of times I would break something, or Nancy Drew does this thing where when you're in, like, the quote-unquote end game, all of the characters basically disappear. They just vanish. And then you just have to, like, figure out how to activate the end. And there were so many times where I got to the end without, like, having skipped stuff. So, like, I didn't know what I was doing. It's amazing. If anyone watches my Nancy Drew VODs, they must be like, what is this person doing? And the answer is, I don't know. Because, like, it was actually really impressive how Nancy Drew games, you can skip a lot of stuff, but, like, how consistently I did it without trying. I would get glitches. I would break stuff. I would not read the right amount of pages. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad.
The nightmare trial was over.
They should use me for beta testing.
And the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun.
Me every time something goes wrong.
I think I am truly constantly in a nightmare of figuring out what just happened.
Literally, like, every time I leave a situation, I'm like, what the fuck?
Huh? Yeah, like, what was that, by the way?
Why did I do that?
And then I never figure out, because then another situation happens, and I'm like, okay, guess we'll never know.
Yeah,
now we're onto this.
That one tweet about, I think it's the word for pushing someone out a window, and it's like, why would you need to push someone out a window? And it's like, I be in situations. Like, literally. Literally, I be in situations.
I be in fucking situations. Who else up in situations? I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably.
Who knows?
And besides, I had plenty of time.
Plenty of time. I'm thinking that one meme, like, ooh, I got plenty of time. I cannot.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got plenty of time. I love that too, because that's really how it feels, right? Like a week before a deadline.
And then you don't.
Yeah, like it's always like the mind. It's always the minds. Whenever you start thinking like that, you have to like snap out of it. I think
it's gonna get bad. You're about to have that Percy Jackson moment of deadlines aren't real until they're staring me in the face, and then you're like, oh fuck.
Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board, Barb for short, decision.
Our good friend Barb.
It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away.
Things that have been stopping me from writing a fic since July. 7 years ago, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Date you don't get to know. Oh, fuck, God, jump scare.
What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me.
I feel like if I saw this guy first thing in the morning at work, having a bad day, I would just be like, you hurt my eyes.
Take it off.
Like, you have other clothes on, hat off, cloak off. I'm like, no.
Two men on either side of a single transparent pane. He's trying to make this shit yaoi, and I don't even care.
I was about to say, how many fics do you think are in that tag?
Like, well, the thing is, I'm just like, this already happened in Turnabout Goodbyes. You're not Miles. Like, you're not Edgeworth. I fear. Are you checking how many are in the tag?
Yeah, and I don't think it's any. Because I immediately found Gallant and Darian.
He doesn't have the swag to make this shit yaoi. He's trying too hard.
You know what? You're right.
That's what I'm saying. He
is trying a lot.
If you have to narrate it that much to make it yaoi, like, I just don't think you're on the wavelength.
Yeah. If it's not happening naturally, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like, Edgeworth didn't have to say shit. Turnabout Goodbyes was just like that.
He was just doing that.
That was just kind of the way it went down.
Well, he only has 113 works in his character tag.
Sad.
I don't think there's
it
any.
seems. Damn. Sorry, Valent. You don't get it. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak.
Sure, I mean, we can say that.
We can say whatever.
Yeah, you are welcome to say words.
The forger of fakes walks freely.
Cool.
While the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines.
Plexiglass.
Is plexiglass like a copyrighted
I was
word,
just
I wonder?
wondering that. Maybe. It might be.
One second.
While you do that, I'm gonna keep scrolling through AO3.
The term common word 8 common words that are still trademarked. The generic term plexiglass. So it's a Kleenex thing where you call normal tissues Kleenex, but like no stuff like that. Band-Aid is a trademark. Yeah.
Yeah.
The generic term comes from the actual trademark name plexiglass. Other trademark names are acrylite, lucite, and persplex, which I haven't heard those ones.
I was gonna say, I don't know these.
Yeah, bad news on their marketing teams.
They're not
plexiglass.
Yeah, they're not winning. They're not winning.
Unfortunately, I would look those brands dead in the eye and be like, "Oh, it's plexiglass."
As some poor marketing person dies inside.
Yeah. Yeah, for marketing people of those companies, don't be near me in the Home Depot aisle. I will just call it all plex. I will be like, "Oh, it's all plexiglass." That's great. That's good. Okay. There's been no proof that I forged anything. Nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor.
So clearly we're the same.
Wow, just like Yowie, except not. Yet these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It can.
I mean, the stage can wait.
Await, you mean?
Yeah. It can wait and it can await. Like, whatever. It's a stage. It doesn't have anything to do. You know? It's not going anywhere.
And what, may I ask, awaits you? Outside of this plexiglass enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
A little piano and a cold little hole in the wall.
I've always been of the opinion. I've always liked the idea that he took like a lot of really random jobs, a lot of shitty like retail 3 a.m. gas station kind of jobs. He was on
a lot of those like dog walking apps or errand apps where you can he was door dashing.
But I do love the idea that for some reason the only job he could find was this weird piano playing role he was bad at, and they kept him for 7 years.
They didn't give a fuck.
They were like, we don't really need this guy, but like we have the money to pay him, so might as well.
People like losing to him in poker, so
all right,
we can just let it. If he wants to also plunk really bad on these keys, we can
really
let him.
affect the atmosphere. All right, I have to say, I have now gone through all 113 works in the Valent Grammarly tag searching for Phoenix. There are 0 Phoenix and Valent fics, meaning this guy, his yaoi bait failed miserably. Big L.
One of my favorite things to tell people who are getting into Ace Attorney is the shit about Shu Takumi trying to read yaoi before AA3.
I appreciate him being told, don't.
That he did a bad job.
Don't.
The fact that someone on his team, Sukane, the fact that she
Sukane was like, no.
Because I know she actually writes and draws.
She did.
She does yaoi. So to have someone who actually does it be like, this is so bad, actually keep them the way they are. Like, I can't, don't do that.
I do find that for a lot of writers, and I don't know everyone's sexuality, so I'm not going to say like straight, but a lot of writers have inherently been straight, just like that's how life is. Percentage wise, I find that, I mean, you can even see this where like people hate women so much that their like male character relationships are inherently more interesting. So sometimes I have seen some things where the writers try to write a gay romance, and it's like, it ends up at the same flatness as some of their straight romances, opposed to like the fandom's queer interpretations, or even just their unintentional queerbait. Well, queerbait's intentional, but their unintentional like homoerotic tension that they created, like because they like were like, well, it's a romantic relationship, we have a very specific idea of what that is, you know, like, oh, we know what romance is, you have to do XYZ, and they kiss and blah blah blah. So like people very easily being able to go, oh well, they just like, what happens, they kiss, it means like there's not like the same platonic tensions anymore, and like the answer would just be like, get better at writing romance, I guess. I don't know. Sucks to suck. I don't know. Something I've noticed, like, sometimes you guys just suck at romance. It doesn't, like, you guys just suck at romance. Maybe that's what happened. I'm just saying.
I mean, to be fair, AA3 did get a bit romantic about it. I just think that was, I think, the natural, innate Naramitsu that he can write. Like, just keep it there.
I'm always a big fan of those few odd little changes they made for the HD.
No, I actually do that a bit emotional.
I think about them all the time. What's up with those?
Whenever I think about the Turnabout Goodbye change, I'm like, wait, I'm actually like emotional, I fear. Unfortunately, it hits a lot.
I understand.
Not unfortunately, they just make me sick sometimes. I was rereading some Naramitsu fic that I love recently, and I was just like, God. I hate them. But since you are here, what shall we discuss?
Yeah, we gotta get through a game.
Sad. Yeah, Hannah, exactly. I love looking at chat being like, tee. Shooting of Magnifique Grammary for one. Who pulled that trigger? Valen or his partner Zach? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm going to get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start.
Great.
I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear and he never even touched it.
Listen, Phoenix, you're not 100% at fault here, but you also did present the piece of paper. Like you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that.
He got too confident in his bluffing skills, I think. Yeah, he was like, oh wow, like everyone keeps saying everyone keeps saying that like I bluff and things work out. Wow.
I fear, Phoenix, that this one was on you. Like someone did, like you got set up. I won't lie. You got massively set up on this one. You did in fact get set up. You did also present it. You did also present it. I'm just saying. Love you to death, but you did present it. You didn't have to do that. So.
Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows.
Dramatic.
Also, like, always?
Yeah, always.
Like,
yes. Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Always.
Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what?
Phoenix is like, dude, I'm so tired and I don't think I'm gonna be able to pay rent this week.
Can we please just talk really fast?
He's like, I got bills!
I gotta pick up my kid from school. Zach Grammary killed Magnifique. It's as good as a signed confession. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. I grow tired of my cage. And the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away? As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valent, and also... Yes? Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifique's repertoire is mine.
Until that little girl becomes 8? I can't remember.
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot.
Unfortunately, I do forgot. Violent gramarye is a tradition to uphold.
Kind of a shitty one, though.
Yeah, like, kind of sucks.
All he kind of did was float
not
that turtle.
Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict or no. And can't pay for that kind of publicity.
Can someone pay Phoenix, though? He needs money.
Yeah. He's like, okay, what kind of publicity will pay? Because I am trying to get some more cash going on. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. After all, you received one of those letters, too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnafy's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zach Gramarye followed them.
Trust me.
Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnafy had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? Also, be right back. I need some water really quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, go for it.
The trick up his sleeve. Perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back. I didn't think it would be that easy. The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts, and if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it all. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. Wait, can I do this right now? What do I have? Fuck, I can't.
I am back. I do not know what we have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I immediately was like, we can do this, and I'm like, I actually don't know if I can.
You can press E to check the court record.
Yeah. Let's see. I actually don't think we can, because I think we need stuff from Trucy. Oopsie, my bad. I was like, we can do that. No, we can't. What am I talking about?
Yeah, we can still hear it at least.
Okay, let me think. Sorry, I'm trying to think what we're doing. Okay, cool. Everything is still locked. I just needed to make sure everything was still locked. Let's go to the Wright and Co offices, because that is, I think that's where she is right now. That's probably where she is.
Yeah, it's she was my
yeah.
I know. And then we can all go. Wee.
7
Song
years
of
ago,
crying.
Wright and Co law office. Do you want me to grab Trucy so you're not talking to yourself again? I realized partway through I should have taken Valent, and I was just like, oh, we're in too deep in this conversation in particular. Do we do this part yet? I don't think we did. Ooh, morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. That's young man to you.
How old is he? Okay, he's 40. Okay. It's like, how old is this guy?
It's like middle, just middle. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
And you're so right about that, Phoenix. She's adorable.
Thanks. My first show's ticket, hey, after all.
She's so little.
Tiniest microorganism that they can
Tiniest.
make. 2 weeks have passed since then. I called her into my office.
From where?
Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared.
She would have been immediately put into foster care, by the way, I think. I think she'd immediately put with an emergency family. I did too much research on this.
I want to believe he'd be able to just foster her anyway and adopt her and it would be fine. I want to believe this could happen in real life, just with my heart.
Yeah.
I love being delusional. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So...
This would not be his job, by the way. She would have a social service person assigned to her immediately.
Do you think in reality Phoenix would be able to get custody of her?
No, because he just committed a crime. He's a...
Wow!
Okay, so here's the deal. The first thing that they would do is, because Zach was missing, she would actually have to be under someone's care while he was in jail, so I don't know how that would have worked. Usually you do go with a relative. My best guess is Valet. But then Valet is in jail, so that's... But she would have had assigned a case worker, possibly multiple, because this involves the law. She would probably be placed with an emergency foster family, just for short term, and then they would put her into the system. If someone wanted to adopt her, there would have to be an investigation into, I think it's a negligent or absent parent. It would have he would have to have been gone for a year, and then you can adopt after that, I believe, if I remember correct. This is all based on California rules and half remembered, so no one come at me in the comments. So there has to be an investigation, and they have to actively look for Zach for an entire year and do an entire investigation to try to find him. Then she would be up to adoption, in which case the people who are trying to adopt her would have to go through all of that, which can be really intensive. There's a background check, a criminal background check is part of that, financial stuff that you have to do. Single parents are particularly hard. If you're married, you need to wait 2 years before you adopt, actually, typically. But you can start the process earlier because it takes so long to get everything set up. That's why in canon, I just go under the assumption that Zach had the paperwork already, just as a fallback, and it was signed. So I still think that would be a little bit social services would definitely probably get involved because Phoenix just committed a crime to help, what looks like he committed a crime to help Zach get away with murder, and then Zach vanished, so it's incredibly suspicious, but the best I can do is Phoenix had all the paperwork, and they were kind of well, but he would probably have people checking in on him for 6 months and a year and stuff, I think. That is my best guess of trying to keep it something that could happen in the game. The only reason I could ever come up with for why Trucy would be with Phoenix still was her just straight up refusing to go with someone else, but that is not even realistic in that sense. They would just take the kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I see.
And again, none of that's really, I'm guessing on a lot of that. A little bit of it's based on things I've people I've worked with and my mom has worked with, a little bit of research I've done, and a little bit of Ace Attorney just kind of does whatever it wants. None of that is based on Japan's laws about adoption and fostering, because Japan has a very different adoption system from what little I do know, and I have no idea what would happen there. I didn't look into it too much because I figured a lot of those documents and stuff would actually be in Japanese, because I don't think many English speakers are looking for how to foster to adopt in Japan in English. There might be some, but I was I feel like mostly I'm going to find blog posts that are translated or written by English speakers who are outside of Japan. I was just that's not something I need to know, and Japanifornia in the localization is fake. So there you go. Anyway.
Yay! I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long.
Nah.
I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice.
As much choice as an 8-year-old has, which is basically none. I'm trying to remember what age you actually can start having an opinion on this thing that, like, the law takes into account, and I think it's maybe... It's not 18, but it is in the United States, but it is, like, it's older than 8, I think. Thinking of, like, divorce, and I can't remember.
Sorry, I don't know why I just thought of the word divorce, but, you know. It's like
As is your right, I guess.
lol. LOL, even. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like.
She can't. I'm sorry, Phoenix. She can't do that, actually. That's not...
Unfortunately. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Huh? Really?
So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
I'm like really emotional again. Like wow.
Aw.
They are family.
They're family.
To me.
Oh.
Even if legally this might not happen in reality.
We just have to close our eyes and pretend.
I'm so glad Japanifornia does not do it right.
I'm so glad Japanifornia doesn't seem to give a shit.
Yeah, like in this specific case, good job.
They really said, I don't know, take the kid.
They said if the vibes are really good.
Yeah.
God, I love that tweet. That's like, what if the kid just had bad vibes? And like was unpleasant to be around. Sorry, now it just reminds me of that other tweet. Have you ever seen that tweet? That's like, I'm at your baby mama's crib throwing M&Ms at your kid's head full speed.
Yes, I do.
I don't know why. I just really like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing M&Ms at your kid's head full speed.
Full speed.
Just whipping them. Huh? I guess so. He's like, whatever you want. I don't...
Whatever you and your giant eyes want.
She has such big soulful eyes.
I know.
I also want to adopt her.
I understand.
Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick. Yes?
Queen of compartmentalizing.
She said we will just simply...
We'll deal with that
the
some other
implications of
time.
that. Yeah.
She was like, I will put that in a box, and we will put that box away.
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year.
I kind of forgot she, like...
So, thanks, Daddy.
My brain
Like,
just... I just, like, kind of forgot that line, and I was like, I have never, ever put her in a public school. Before, when she was living at the troop, I've always had her homeschooled. I've always had her homeschooled.
She could also just be, like, joking.
Oh, no,
though, to be
totally.
fair. Like,
100%, 100%.
With Trucy, I'm always, like, I never know how much of what she says I can take it, like, face value.
That's true. I'll just say that.
In a good, like, I like her character. Just.
Yeah, if anyone ever asks, like, didn't she go to school? I'll be like,
Sweet.
no, not to me.
we know better than her, I think.
Mm-hmm. She's 8. What does she know?
Oh, in this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know.
Ah.
Oh, and Daddy? He got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through it.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you.
I'm a young professional, she says, looking 6. Nothing will drive me more nuts ever than, like, video games not knowing how to draw young children.
Also, not that it fucking matters, but one of my favorite covers of all time is the Young Professionals cover of Video Games by Lana Del Rey.
Nice.
Do you know that one?
I don't have to look it up.
I'll send it to you, if you prom me to listen to it.
I will.
At some point. It's, I also needed to remind you to listen to that full MCR song. But anyway, no, it's really, actually, no, what I really need to do is I sent you a song last week that I thought you would like. That's, like, not from a band, like, any band in particular. But, anyway, no, I was admittedly much more of a Marina and the Diamonds guy growing up than a Lana Del Rey one. Her aesthetic didn't appeal to me as much. Like, I liked a few songs, but I was never like, yeah, I love Lana. But, same reason, the song Video Games is, like, a very romantic song. And in the original version, she just sings it as a very slow ballad. But as someone who doesn't listen to slow songs as much, that's just a personal thing, the Young Professionals cover is not just a lot more, like, you know, faster paced and, like, a bit, you know, powerful with it. It also includes some, like, arcade noises and makes it feel a bit more like actual... Because in the original Lana Del Rey song, it's just, like, it just repeats the line of, like, it's, like, all these lines about, you know a Lana Del Rey song, like, we're drunk, and he loves me, and he's probably 50 years older, and it's great. And then, like, at the end of, like, each, like, line, it's like, oh, and we're playing video games.
Nice.
But on the cover actually, like, incorporates a lot of, like, electronic-y sounds, and, like, it just... I'm sorry to say I like it more than the original, unfortunately.
I get you.
Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Because she is. Hope that helps.
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I think he was truly made to be her father to me.
So true.
Like, if you care.
I do care. Of course I care.
Like,
absolutely
wow.
care.
That's, like, wow. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. It sounds cooler.
You mean, like, a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You've got me, don't you? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gremory.
Directly descend... He's your father.
Phoenix is like, why do you talk like this?
Oh.
Like, hey, that's strange.
And now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, or Zach Gremory?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star in the troop Gremory, and they're big.
The Grammarys, they were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Val and Gremory together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall?
Yay!
Love it.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy. Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother.
I wonder if that option's gonna pop up on the screen.
So, Trucy. You're a professional?
Yes, it's, like that thing they all say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs?
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles?
I got distracted by her bow because it's like not right. Shouldn't it connect to her neck?
Oh, you mean on her, like, neck ribbon?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be connected to that. It isn't like the other, in her, like, older sprites, it is just like a bow on the side, but it is, like, part of the neck ribbon. And that's how I always draw it, I think.
That is. No,
Question
that
mark.
is how it should be drawn. Interesting.
After the window and the head and all this, there's gonna be an A for artist who, like, loses it because of you. And me.
There's someone
You're
out
gonna be
there
like,
who's gonna
"You
put a
pay
shot out on
everything
us.
I promise this is my favorite Ace Attorney game, everyone. You have to believe me.
Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids? How stupid!
I love her so much. Alright, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy?
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Why would anyone click maybe next time? What kind of awful person?
What kind of monster?
You know, okay, I'm sorry for everyone who's gonna wince and get secondhand embarrassment from this. You know that awful Travis McElroy Among Us clip?
Yes.
That's how I feel right now. Like when that line when he was like, "That's what bad people do." Like that's me. That's me to anyone who clicks maybe next time. Like, hey, that's what bad people do, I think. If you care.
I understand.
Actually, I would like to see your trick. I have been rewatching Monster Factory though. I do love a Griffin and Justin show, if you care.
Monster Factory is really good.
I just like it so much. The future of the agency depends on it after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da! Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen.
Yeah! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great?
Don't ask how I carry him around when he's more than my entire body size.
It's actual magic. Obviously.
Obviously.
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service.
He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy. Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady.
She's so smart. My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack.
He's in the court record. We put him in our pockets.
He really is so easy to to fucking
I know.
break down, huh? You can just do that to him. You tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage, you mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valent, smiling. But then she went away.
Fucked. Went away.
It was a grand illusion. But she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
This ominous music.
She is so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think she's made the best choices sometimes? No. She's pretty. This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Grammary.
Poor girl, I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't.
Don't worry, I won't vanish. I promise.
Right, you can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
God. Where?
Man.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. I mean, honestly, you just met her, like, in terms of, like, family.
Yeah.
Like, I'd take that, Phoenix. I think
That's
this
actually
is-
pretty good. That's pretty solid, actually.
Yeah, like, if I had to, like, adopt a kid and, like, they had just lost the only remaining parent and the meanest thing they said to me was that I was a backup plan, I'd be like, you know what? I can work from there.
Yeah,
Like,
this is actually pretty okay.
like, you could have said a lot more meaner shit to me, actually.
Mhm.
And I would have understood. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency.
That is, like, loser behavior. We're not gonna win thinking like
"Not
that.
with she's like, yeah, exactly. She's like, not with that fucking attitude. Besides, you made me be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way,
What, you mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
I've always said this.
We're always saying this. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
Yippee!
Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team, right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light.
Ah!
God! Like, she was actually his light if you even care.
I do care. Of course I care.
That was more a shout to the general masses. If they even care.
Okay, I can't remember what else we have to do. Let me double make sure that. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Great. I don't know. I can't remember what else we need for Valent. So, 7 years ago, District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Didn't think I'd be back here for a while.
Oh, it's this scene.
Didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Zack?
Oh, I think we did this last week.
Okay, yeah, this is, I think, the disappeared.
He's like, you can't. He said, you can't declare me guilty if I'm not here.
And I know then we had to look it up because I like did the research and it was like I think they could like declare like some kind of default statement if you've like been sent.
God,
like,
Clav is like the wrong
paperwork.
proportions so bad in this screenshot. Like in
He's
he's so large,
tall.
but he's
Yeah.
also like his legs are like way too short if that's how large he is. Like everything
just-
about him is
yeah.
wrong. It's really
They
funny.
kind of just transformed his ass a bit. I fear.
They kind of just dropped it back there and we're like, that's right? No,
And it wasn't right.
it wasn't.
Not at all, unfortunately.
Mm-mm.
When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge. But now, like an amputated itch. Limb. I swapped them, I fear. Like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching.
Weird comparison, Phoenix.
I didn't know phantom pain extended to attorney's badges, but you know. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate.
You always have the authority to be nosy as hell, man.
I sure as hell do.
Okay, I don't actually know what voice
I've seen
to do.
I've seen some tweets recently all about how people are like, now as God, it's really so dire out here without being able to see what people are liking on Twitter. And I'm like, actually, sometimes I just want to snoop.
Mhm.
I don't even have ill intentions. Sometimes I'm just like, I end up on a profile and I'm like, what have you been up to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just like kind of, you know.
That's what I really like Tumblr tags for, because it's much more like I have the hardest time with any other social media site because there's no tagging. I love to be able to be like, what is my good friend Hannah posting about specifically for Leighton? And then I can just go through Hannah's Leighton tag for like a while, and it's great. Like
Hell
the
yeah.
fact that no other site has ever done, like, they have hashtags, but they don't have like a tagging system because Tumblr's kind of a blogging site, and like I can never give up tags. I also need to like talk to myself.
It also is so funny how like every post in your blog does have to be tagged, not PGO.
I can't give it up at this point. There were a few times I highly considered it, but it's like an integral part of my blog at this point that I know people who will be mad at me if I stop on
It
principle.
does make me feel at home. I'm like,
I know who
is
this
how
one is.
yeah, exactly. I'm just like, wow.
I
know you.
also draft a lot of stuff, Hannah. So I draft thousands and thousands of posts, and then sometimes I'll just go back and I'll start queuing them. So sometimes I'll run into a latent post that I drafted like 6 months ago from you, and you had already posted it several months before that, and I'm like, whatever. I don't have a good voice for this guy, so it's not going to be annoying enough, that's for sure. Hey, you there, sir! Down on the hands, floor on your head, now!
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? Idea. My
What's the
ears.
idea? Yeah. No unauthorized
What the
personnel
hell
are allowed
ever.
no unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here.
But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed.
I always forget he's in this game.
He's being such a diva here.
Zoink!
Phoenix, I mean.
I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of
Yeah, I
the
get that.
precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
Even his wallet.
Even my wallet.
We've met before, haven't we? How could you forget someone who's like
I
this?
don't know. He's having a week. He's having a week.
Like, I know Phoenix has met a lot of characters, but this is like a very
And this is a
character. Like, this is a guy that you will not forget. On the case 2 years ago.
No recollection of that, sir.
Huh?
For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There's no past. There's only now, sir.
Okay. You're a bailiff, right?
Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Beacon's at your service, sir.
I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape.
Let me try to make this as absolutely clear for you, sir, as possible, sir. It was me, sir.
But you were a regular police officer once, right?
Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir.
That was good. That was funny.
We'll give you one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Just you know what? Like, no excuse. Just sometimes you do things wrong. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing?
I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
And even his fucking wallet, Jesus.
All I've got is this old memory.
Vote Grease is doing a run, like a group order for them right now. But I'm not in the merch buying mode right now, so I hope everyone has fun with that. Guess I wasn't the only victim. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform.
I don't know if that's allowed. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me.
I will say calling yourself a rising star is really good diva behavior, being like, no,
it's
I was
really
gonna
funny.
get there.
I was
Like, no, I was the best they
I
had,
was
by
I
the
was
way.
going to make I was going to make it. I was supposed to make it.
Like it was supposed to be me. You just have to trust on that. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing.
So here I am, sir, forced to start from a square one, a lowly bailiff.
But your uniform.
I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired.
That can't be legal. You know. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day?
I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope. Then tragedy strikes.
Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarie's disappearance?
Oh, the humanity!
That's enough of that.
I love that line because that's enough of that.
That actually is enough of that. He's
Yeah.
so true.
Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in the court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, and some guy's face is right in front of me. Face!
So you saw someone suspicious coming your way.
Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir.
I have a diagram of the court building here.
I love that for you, Phoenix. We're in the building. Small courtroom building.
There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself, nary a friend to call my own.
Okay, and which way did Zach Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door?
He went up like this and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly, I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why I remember it like it was right here, because it was lobby number 2, sir.
You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here.
Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone.
Cool, got it.
Neat.
No smoke. Noted. That's impossible.
Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here.
Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby?
I searched.
Why the pause?
There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir.
How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something?
Sorry, hit my mic.
So Zach was in this room when he vanished.
Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. Eyes! That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room.
Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, alright.
Would not call it red.
But sir, look at the room.
Kind of salmon, yeah.
Yeah, there's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir.
What about now? Have any ideas?
Sir, ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
You've had quite a lot of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that?
Loved that, like, magenta fuchsia plant in the background. Love.
Fun. Cyclops, I should have known.
I guess we'll try it.
So Zach was in this room when he vanished.
Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape, he ran right into... Yeah. Okay, we did this, actually.
I always forget you have to, like, get through the dialogue again before it gets to the... You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I guess... Oh, wait, am I supposed to press the Magatama? Am I just doing space? Yeah, sorry. We haven't had to do it yet, so I was like, why is nothing happening? The disappearing trick.
Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out.
Hey, who? What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden?
You know something, and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Gramarye vanished from this room. How'd he do it?
How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as sir.
Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something?
Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here, and listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway?
What did you just say?
Yeah, sir, did I just say something, sir?
No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there?
Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in the state of not talking.
It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in this room that day.
Apollo Justice.
Apollo.
I love how they're like, it was a little girl. Who could it be? Like, there's one.
Sir, I've never seen that girl until just the other day.
Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it.
Sir, that day she was here in the room, sir, but he wasn't.
You mean you chased her into this room, not him?
Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician.
7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? Love a Mr. Hat trick.
Gotta love one.
You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramery. But you saw something. And therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar?
What's that?
That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar?
So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir?
Come again?
That night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision, it was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat, he really exists. Thanks, Meekin. I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Gramery exited the courtroom. I gave chase and quartered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Gramery, don't even think you could escape Meekins! Down on your hands, floor on your head! Hello?
Something the matter, mister?
No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir! Zach Gramery, do you know him?
Oh, I love Zach Gramery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan.
I see, that's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room.
But no one's been in here except me.
But he has to be in here somewhere! Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug!
So, Trucy was his accomplice.
Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him!
Mr. Hat.
I couldn't believe my own eyes! For a while, I thought it had been a long dream.
A dream that lasted a week?
Don't judge, Phoenix. Time in dreams is really weird.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat.
My god, I forgot how long we talked to him.
They really want you to kind of let it soak in.
They really said, we can stretch out this Meekins conversation.
You are going to have such a long chat with him and you are going to love it. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door and now came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. Along with Mr. Hat.
I love her tiny little hat icon. Littlest girl there ever was.
Like, wow, that's really what she looks like, honestly. She's like if a hat was tiny. If there's a phoenix slime right now, it is frozen.
Oh, sorry. I was responding to...
Oh, you're good. I just wanted to make sure
No,
that, like, I was
someone
not...
messaged me about, Z and stuff, and I needed to respond.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
So... While you're standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner. And most likely runs through the closet door into lobby number 1.
Closest door.
This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit.
Rude.
Yeah, like really fucking... At that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat.
Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape! Zach Gramarie's red cape fluttering like a cape! Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted! It was as if I could see them melting away, like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die! Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait!
Is he trying to make me, like, want dessert? Because, like,
It's
I just want
working.
dessert now.
Like, it's working.
God, Taya,
I have brownies
wish you could-
upstairs.
I wish you could. What?
I have brownies
No fair.
upstairs.
I wish you could come here. I want to go to Bell's with you so bad.
I'd love to go to Bell's. Bell's, save me.
Society, if there was like a 5-minute train that just took you to Columbus for fun for free.
I know.
Rail system now. It will happen. It will happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can apply to, I got myself on the MatsuriCon waiting list, I should say. Not like wait list, but like...
The email, like, thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
see anything that said... Because I did hear someone say, like, oh, you should actually check, because I hear they open them, like, only for, like, a week sometimes. And it might have already happened just because they do it early, and I panicked, but I don't see it. I didn't see anything when I pulled up the site being like, oh, 2025 apps have closed.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think we're good, because all that it had was just the 2024 list, and obviously it just happened a few weeks ago.
Got it.
In the middle of August, and then it had like the mailing list. So I'm on that, and I will let you know when I hear back.
Wonderful.
And then of course we can apply for Animate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might actually be doing GalaxyCon again just because a local friend from school might split a table with me, and it's low risk if you live there.
Yeah,
like,
it's not worth it for me to fly out, especially since.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, especially if
Definitely.
if I'm in school, that's not gonna be something I can
of
do
course
because
not.
that'll
No,
be
it
by
wouldn't be worth it.
finals.
I mean, I'll let you know. Maybe, like, I would like to believe because it's a newer con that maybe it would get a lot better, but, like, obviously that's not something you would want to... I would feel comfortable, like, letting you bank on. I would feel bad. I'll still let you know how it goes, but...
Yeah.
I feel... Because my friend was like, alright, like, expectation-wise, like, how was it? And I was like, we'll profit, it just won't be, like, good.
Yeah.
I was like, as long as we're not, if we have transportation figured out and we're like obviously not like staying in a hotel because we live nearby, like you will definitely break even, but it will not be like fun or delightful. So I'll let you know how it goes. I don't even know because I definitely don't want to get a table for myself for it. It's just not worth it. But if we end up splitting it, we shall see. Such sweet sorrows. Also, okay, Nate, I'll come to your house.
I wish I could.
I forget where you are, Nate. So.
West Coast.
Okay, so I can't come to your house. I mean, I'm coming there, like, in my brain, in my mind palace. I'm kind of arriving. I did go to LA as we know, for spring break. That was fun. Would love to have the finances to do that again.
Yeah. I think we're
I'm
almost done
sorry.
with this scene. Not the game. We have more than I thought we did, which is... I think
If we don't end up finishing tonight, I forgive us.
I don't.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case.
It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once, but this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me!
Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now.
Is that so?
Somehow.
Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor!
Okay.
I let the defendant escape. That's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Guamshu.
Not his name.
Caught me off guard there.
Mr. Meekins. This is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. He's like, if you want to get re-traumatized by Mr. Matt, like, fuck it. If you want.
It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir.
I look forward to it.
Oh, we're done.
All eyes were on Zach Gramery that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again.
Whew. We're done with that voice. Yeah, I just completely, forgot how long the Mason system segment was. I thought it was shorter. And now we're here, and
That's
it's not.
When you were like, oh, we're gonna finish easily, next time. I didn't want to burst your bubble because I was
You
also maybe I'm
should've.
remembering it.
You
I was
should've.
maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I was like, I don't think that's gonna be.
We can do our fucking best to finish the Mason system. That's
And
for
the
sure.
thing, and we haven't even been going off topic too much either.
We've been going off quite a bit.
Okay.
Let's just do that one because it unlocked it and it made my brain go. I think we need.
I'm good for I'm good right now. I'm cruising.
Present day, Borscht Bowl Club. Look at this shit ass snow. Oh!
Jump scare. I'll be taking my leave.
Okay,
now.
yeah, that's fine.
Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano.
I wonder.
To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing.
Love how giant the notes on that page are.
He's playing like Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Literally, this is a child's playbook.
Yeah. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then.
I like to think that it's like cotton, like pillow stuffing. And the icicles are plastic.
They're like those light up Christmas light ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 hours left on my shift.
I'm gonna be so real, Phoenix. You do not have a hard job.
Yeah. You get to either play poker or just plunk whatever the fuck.
I get it's cold, but this is not the worst retail or customer service job you could have. Certainly not the worst food industry job you could have.
Sorry that we had to go on our tangent about plexiglass and it took us so long to get here. I hope you enjoyed it at least.
God.
Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. I think this is Zach. Do you want to be Zach?
I'll
just
take
so I'm
him,
not
yeah,
talking to
so
myself?
Do you know who I am?
No, but you do look like a pimp a little bit. I regret to inform you.
Who hate this hat.
Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. He's like, I play so badly that you won't be able to tell if I'm trying to play it or not anyway. Just kidding. Requests.
Now about a different sort of request. You see, I play cards.
Oh, customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys.
I seek a true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor is true.
And this is?
Oh my god. I forgot.
This fuck, I'm gonna have to plug my nose and my piercings are gonna dig into my septum. And this is a friend of yours?
Don't talk to us. Oh god.
Ah, don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman.
He will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, not others. No others. Fuck.
The right talent agency represents 2 artists. And I'm number 2. I play piano. Well, sort of.
I'm number 2 for a reason. I'm shit at my job.
It's like I play in my own special way. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started, I don't remember. But I'm good. Real good.
I think it's so funny how many times they've used that.
Mm-hmm. Didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards.
They were so proud of these shots.
Mm-hmm. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. We don't play there's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then, let's compete. I'll take you to the room.
The hideout, yes, but before we go...
Yes?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith.
We don't care.
Yeah, like, you know what? Yeah.
No.
Bye. Oh, I'm...
No. Phoenix Wright.
Huh?
You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions.
Whatever.
You still do not know who I am? I share a sprite with your daughter.
Have we met? Ah.
Yeah. They really just want you to keep watching this scene. Like, they really want you to watch it.
They're like, wasn't it cool?
When we just, like, turned off his sprite.
Then we made the opacity go away.
Set it to 0.
You can't be, but you're... Zach Gramery?
Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have
Didn't
only an
reincarnate
audience
your
of
fucking
one. Shut you.
Zach Gramery? This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life.
You there. Huh? We will play soon. Ready the room. I will be preparing the hideout for you.
Bye, girl.
Are you really him? The Zach Gramery?
You don't recognize his very distinctive facial hair?
Now I am Shady Smith. Remember this.
How many years has it been now? 6?
In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you much inconvenience, I fear.
Yeah, you could say that.
Is she well? Trucy, I mean. I don't need to see her.
God. She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind.
I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That, and to settle a matter of cards.
By which you mean poker? Those eyes, he's serious.
I despise losing above all else, and so I have decided that I will win tonight no matter what it takes.
Well, you didn't.
I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition. All else is secondary.
Perhaps we should take the time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me, and I you.
We competed that day 7 years ago, too.
Ah, yes, you must have been surprised. Called to the attention center out of the blue.
2. Who's speaking? 1.
One.
I don't...
Like, maybe Phoenix?
Showdown
but...
time. They wanted to show us this so many fucking times. Is this grammar? This is Zach, right?
I thought so, yeah.
Usually when they don't put up the name, though, if they're showing an image, it's Phoenix, which is why I got confused.
Yeah, no fair.
I lost.
It's only a game of poker.
A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice.
I think they're going back and forth?
Yeah, well, I think, well, this is the image when he was in his suit, so this was...
No, it is.
first
It
one.
is. It's just confusing without the...
Yeah. Who was the first?
The man I killed, of course.
Yeah, okay, we got it right. We got it right.
Choose your defense attorneys by playing poker.
Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do.
Trucy's power?
Trucy? She's in a class of her own. Don't ask what that means.
And you will never find out.
Eh.
For 7 years, I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club. And I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. He's not real good anymore. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals.
I fucking love those, like, experts react videos. And there's a few for, like, people who, like, know card tricks. And they talk about, like, different ways in movies people are cheating at cards. And, like, you can watch the scene and just, like, not really understand what's happening. But to have these people who know how it actually works explain it, every time I watch one of those videos, I immediately think of Phoenix and Trucy. Because it's just, like, I love it. I love thinking of them doing it. I love these two conning people. It's so funny. It's so good.
Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon.
Oh my god, stop showing me these cards.
Can you tell me what her power is?
Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic.
Yeah, obviously.
But those of Trucy's line possess a far greater skill.
Her line?
Recall, you are the second man to whom I've lost.
Magnifique Grammary.
That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it.
Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Grammary blood or something?
Blood. Like the snow behind me. I'm sorry, but it's not something told lightly to outsiders. And it is nothing you need to know at this time.
Some kind of Grammary secret then? Fine.
Let's do that later. I don't know if we have everything. Although, do we have the... We might be able to do it after this.
She is 15 this year.
She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know.
I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause.
At least it gave it pause, I guess.
Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go?
Me holding onto my tiny crumbs of adoption papers already signed to try to smooth things out.
Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this.
This?
A transferal of rights. You see the signature?
Transferal. That's Magnifi Grammary's signature, isn't it?
It's certainly not text. It's not a font we've made and used for the rest. I think we read this before. I hereby give all rights to the secret staging and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. Recipient Zach Grammary, Magnifi Grammary. Oh wait, Phoenix reads this. I'm sorry. Sometimes he doesn't.
You're good. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammary.
Wouldn't you want to use your legal names?
Yeah.
Yes, it is I.
Wait, this page looks torn.
You recall the diary, yes? Surely you've forgotten that by now.
How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge.
This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnify gave it to me that night.
You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier.
Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. Fuck your job. The greatest of Magnifi Grammary's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage.
Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple.
As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir.
Rightful?
I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor.
Your daughter.
That is why I have risked all to come here tonight. Russell.
Sir, here you go.
What's this?
A letter passing the rights I've inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness.
I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary besides.
I love that he knows that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he would just know that, but that's like such like an Edward thing to say. Like, you need a notary? Excuse me. We need a notary.
I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary.
You are?
By day, I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also, by day, I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well.
Great.
Your signature, please. This is the first reason I have come here tonight.
I finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said?
Precisely.
Can you guys stop fucking yapping?
There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased.
Well, bestie, don't worry about the legally part because you're about to become physically deceased.
Yay! So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions.
Phoenix is like, don't worry about that. I've thrown most of yours out. We didn't need them. We didn't have the space.
Exactly, which is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document. Before my 7 years are up, you might say I am securing my daughter's inheritance.
But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically?
Not in this case, I'm afraid.
This case?
Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grammary. However, this was done in secret, without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Grammary, and Valent Grammary. Not Trucy.
I see, so you do need this document.
I've known Brushel since before I vanished.
He's a man I trust. Great.
Now only 3 know of my rebirth.
I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background and found you had no other close kin.
It is as you say.
I was kind of hoping he'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery.
Okay. Whee!
Yippee.
The Grammary secret. Come on.
I have to know more about this power of Trucy's.
She uses it to her advantage at every single point, and I need to keep some secrets from her, and she cannot always have her way. She is just 14. We have to hold her back somehow. We have to rein her in.
It's like she can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine.
Enough.
Oh, whoops.
Enough. It's okay. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you.
Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say.
Trucy's idea, and you know it.
Yeah,
Not that
exactly,
Phoenix is, like, against you. Like, he lets Maya get away with fucking whatever. Like, Phoenix is not, like, an innocent here. Him and Maya will fully start stealing shit. I just also think it was that it was Trucy's idea.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, you know what I'd be great at? Phoenix was like, do tell.
Yet I myself have no such power.
Trucy does. Why's that?
Use your brain.
When a mommy and a daddy love each other very much,
And the mommy has superpowers.
then, you know, it's just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Trucy got her power from, maybe.
She got it.
He's like, I'm afraid to lock in my answer, but
you never know.
Thalassa Grammary?
I will not speak of that.
Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her.
Is it just the Is it just the necklace? I can't remember.
Maybe. Do you want to? I was like, we can always just try it.
I'll give it a shot. I like really don't remember. Oh, that's not the right button. Yeah, that was
Okay.
it. I don't know if we have
Whoops.
it. I don't know if we have it.
Yeah, we might not.
Oh, there's none that I could care less about you.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know if you wanted me to I didn't know if we wanted to do that.
Okay,
For some reason, it's extra scary when magicians threaten me.
Can we leave? Stop. Yeah. I do think we need to show him the necklace, though. Do we want to just try to show it to him?
Sure.
That's not the right button. LOL. We have to get out of here and present. Why isn't this working? Because I'm not doing it right.
This person in the photo is Trucy's mother.
Good face.
How did you come by this?
Trucy showed it. She said her mother was gone.
Then it is so.
Huh?
Not a helpful answer.
She's gone. What more is there to say?
I mean, yeah, I was literally just about to say, like, a lot, actually. Lots?
I know.
Literally, I'm like, I keep forgetting he's here. Go home. Whoa, you're still here?
According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother, Magnifique Gramarye's only daughter. End quote.
What? Magnifie's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zach?
How could he not put this together? That's mean to Phoenix. Sorry.
Brushel, you say too much.
Like earlier he was like, well, I've only ever lost to one person at poker other than you. It was Magnifique Gramarye. He's got the power. Like, yeah, obviously he would be, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that one.
Yeah, it's not, you know, good.
Ugh.
What? Why am I the bad guy? Why?
Zach decked him.
Man, I wish they would just animate them punching each other. It'd be fun.
It would bring me a bit of joy, I think.
In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over.
The last of Gramarye. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence, clearly.
Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction.
Them doing the Mason game. The Mason system.
Shall we begin our game, my final competition?
Final? Why? He's got planned to get murdered after this, so...
Yeah.
As you said, I have to come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more into the underground.
Without seeing your daughter? Piece of shit.
It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago we played. 7 years ago I lost. I already lost to Magnifique, whatever. I do not care to lose another. I've heard that you never lose.
It's just a rumor.
It's just a theory.
Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve.
You get it? Do you get it?
What the hell ever?
As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think a mere lawyer might be out there pulling the wool over so many eyes.
Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up.
I signed your document, man.
Yeah, like we did that.
That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record of Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned.
This guy is beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Well, on the good side, he probably burned like an hour of his shift doing all this.
I
so.
know. Oh my God. Brushel, you may leave. Get out.
Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop.
I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough.
I just remembered a future or prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen, and nice meeting you, Piano Man.
Then let us begin. Dealer? You will be witness to our competition. It is honor for me.
Why haven't I seen her around here before?
Phoenix is like, damn, I didn't know they were hiring again. Did we really lose
He's
the
like, I
last
didn't
one?
think they were making enough money to get new staff, low-key.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Like, I think he might have, just so you know.
I just want to put it out there. I think he saw you.
Gavin, I believe, was his name.
You know him?
After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix right. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. I've turned sepia.
Wow, I didn't know you could do that. He's just like, you want to see my new magic trick where I just do this? Power is turning sepia. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to meet that reporter again. That was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zach began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zach Gramery knew. But how? And why?
Oh, because he has big annoying billboards all over the place that say coolest defense in the West.
Insane of him, I think.
Every week I drive through a city that has a lot of lawyer billboards, and some of them are like combo billboards. So it'll be like the start of a bit and then the rest of it, like on two separate billboards. Every day I think billboards are a mistake. Anyway, I do think Kristoff does that. Everybody knows the blonde bitch. Exactly. Him and his white shoes. Do you want to do Kristoff and then call it a night and just be sad we didn't finish?
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't.
It's okay. I'm so ready. Like, I like this game. Don't get me wrong. It just but the combination of some of it being really long where it needs cuts, which is just, that's Ace Attorney, baby. They need to lose 10%.
And then my life did 20, and then my life did 20 things at once.
Yeah, and we also because we did Ghost Trick in between, we've been playing this for well over a year, so I'm like,
I'm so sorry.
no, it's okay. I also have done this, so let's talk to this bitch.
Yeah, no, we can have a bit of a not yaoi but some fucked up third thing.
Who is letting him do this?
We gotta
no.
It's so fucking stupid. I'm just like, they let him have his gay ass little corner.
Fuck this. Present day, Central Prison, Solitary Cell 13. This is not what Solitary is. I also don't think Solitary is good. Solitary is very bad, but what is this?
No, I agree. It's also just it's funny because it doesn't look like Solitary. It looks like there's other cells outside. And can you imagine being the guy across from him and being like, what the fuck? Why is
this
he
guy's got a fucking
that?
bird cage in here. Like, what the fuck?
I would be throwing such a temper tantrum. I'd be like, hey, the guy there has 50 books. Can I have I don't know.
We gotta kill him. We gotta kill him. I don't know. We have to kill him.
Can I do their dynamic by myself? Let's find out.
Good luck.
I'm just, they fascinate me in various ways. Well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confine? I'm not saying the prison system is good. I'm just saying,
my question is why Phoenix meeting him in here? You don't meet them in their prison cell, ever. Every other character you meet in the fucking, little, off. I immediately forget what
they
it's
just
called.
were really proud of the
Like,
background they drew
Yeah,
here.
like not only are we not. Are we inside the prison? We're inside the cell because the bars are over there. Why are we in this room? What did that say that immediately? Oh, it just said it was Phoenix saying, Gavin. Wow, this was a long time ago.
We can skip through it, yeah,
Okay, Phoenix. When has his logic ever been straight? Not in a sexuality way. I know. Phoenix does not think in like a straight linear fashion.
He truly even thinks bisexually. That's dedication.
That is dedication.
To the bit.
To the bit. To the flag. I don't know.
His country. Bisexuality. I'm from there. If you even care. You look. I just like to think that Kristoff doesn't even have the accent for whatever reason, and Clavier's the only one who like is still using it.
See, I'm the opposite. I think they both have like a pretty subtle. Sometimes it's stronger in some words than other German accent. I actually think that this is so specific. I think Kristoff actually has like naturally a stronger one than Clavier because I just think he lived in Germany longer.
You know what? That's fair. I can try to.
No. I think Clavier plays it up a lot because he's doing a thing. I think Kristoff repressed that shit so hard. He was like, I sound German, unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah. And yes, Savula, we are doing the fucking. I mean, they already have. I think they've been in a constant state of divorce.
They've been in divorce for 7 years.
But like, this can also.
They can keep going.
No. This is it. Yeah.
It's like they haven't finalized any of them. They're just starting the process over.
Like Dante's Inferno. Like this can be just another level of divorce.
Exactly.
Like, they've been through all the other ones.
Yes.
They're just.
Yes.
You too, Gavin.
Why do you say his name like that?
If there's a guard supervising this, they must feel so fucking uncomfortable.
Like, I want to leave.
Like, I want to clog out so bad. Life has been full of surprises. Both.
He's just like a little too cocky about it. Like,
yeah, like you are.
If he just shut the fuck up, he would have been fine.
Yeah. If he didn't do that shit about the flames of the cards
the
and
blue
Destiny,
flame,
like,
wreathed in blue flames or whatever he said.
Hey,
like,
man,
you should have just shut up.
Like, hey, bad news. You didn't have to say any of that.
He had to be dramatic and poetic, and it bit him in the ass so hard.
I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, exactly. Like, the first rule they're given is, like, just don't say shit. Just only say the shit to me. Don't.
Yeah, but I guess his thing was, like, the client can't talk, but, like, Kristoff's job is to yap.
And he has to get the last word in, and that will continue to be his downfall.
Literally. Oh my god. Shut up.
He can't let an argument go. He's like, I need to like be the one to say something and walk away.
Not only do I have to be the one to say something and walk away, I have to do it in a really dramatic way and like a really poetic and deep way.
Yeah.
And then he ends up in jail. So
he's like, I need to feel more intelligent and win every conversation. Every conversation is a challenge.
And I'm winning.
Every single one.
And I'm winning.
And I'm winning all of them. Who he was. Grammar. You know, the defendant.
Literally, just had to talk about his bald head.
That too, he really could not let that go.
He's like, I have beautiful hair that I maintain very well. And you're bald.
I love the idea that he's a bottle blonde. Just because it does imply that he's like, please send bleach to my cell. My roots cannot show. I will kill myself. Like, that's the thing that has him freaking out, is he like looks at himself in the mirror and he can see his roots showing and it looks really fucking bad. And he's just like really embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think that might imply Clavier is also a bottle blonde. I jump between both. Like, they could also just be natural blondes. I, like, don't have, like, a hard take on it. It's more that just for the bit, I love the idea of Kristoff getting, like, really stressed out in prison because as cool as he's trying to be, he does have just, like, the entire top of his head is just, like, brown with no, like, blending. I remember him, of course. My mic fell.
Oh!
But you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence.
Phoenix is like, I've known you too fucking long for you to pull that shit.
What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being.
Phoenix is like, well, I'm not gonna argue about any of that, but like, there's more to it. That's not it.
Yeah. Isn't that enough?
No.
Incorrect buzzer.
Eh.
I do love that Proud Family clip where she's like, wrong answer, forehead. And that door just like slams shut.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't.
You know what? I see it, Avula.
I get it. I get it.
I feel it. That sense of like extremely calm despite the location and circumstance.
I have been meaning to get the full version of Doki Doki to play like the side stories and stuff. But, you know. Did you enjoy playing it?
I did. I had a lot
I'm not
of
trying to go
fun.
on tangent. Just was fun. Those poor girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, damn. Sorry, ladies. Sorry we had to kind of just witness all that.
I need to know why you did it, Gavin.
Yeah, you know what? At least Monica like gained sentience and just was trying to process it. He's just a cunt. Like Kristoff just sucks. Are you singing along or?
Yeah, baseline.
I appreciate it. That's what the guard's doing while they have their like, little divorce talk.
Trying not to pay attention.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like,
decide
wow,
if
the
like
ambiance.
I can't decide if I'd be like, this is really awkward, I need to stop paying attention, or if I would be like frantically
like, I
trying
need
to
to listen.
remember everything so I can repeat it to the other people in the break room.
Yeah, no, I would be so torn.
You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes, the trial where Zach Gramreath pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save...
So not unanimous, unfortunately.
Yeah, not unanimous. Not what that word means, bestie. Love you, but
Save
not
for-
what it means.
save for one...
He just wants to sound so cool. He can't help it. He, as much as he doesn't want to compete and make every conversation a battle, Kristoff,
Yeah.
I think, does bring that out in him. Like, he does
Yeah.
need to win this now.
Save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years, we've been friends.
Phoenix is like less than seven.
In a strange sort of
Phoenix
fashion.
is like, we can call it friends, but like we have neither of us have tolerated each other in at least 4 years, so I don't know what that means we are.
There's just undertones. Both, like, just...
They keep hanging out with each other,
undertones.
and they fucking hate each other. It's like when you're in high school, and you just keep hanging
just-
out with these people, and you're like, I don't like you.
Again, like,
You don't
I
like
didn't
me.
even see, like, not all the undertones are even necessarily, like, sexual.
There's-
Like, some of them could be. It's just, like, undertones of just all of them.
They just kind of sit in rooms together, and it's just kind of thick in the air.
This man regularly thinks about how he can kill Phoenix. That has to be like a
Exactly.
weekly occurrence.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
He's like done it. He's gotten around to like half starting it. He's like, I got shit to do this
And
week.
you're like, I don't feel like it. He's like, I like thinking I'm winning when I talk to him. I need.
Yeah. I want to keep feeling like I'm winning, and if I kill him, then I won't get to feel that anymore. Ugh.
That who will even remotely entertain this?
Yeah.
And yet, I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship toward me was never pure. Fascinating line. You suspected me then as you still do now, don't you? Yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
suspected for this is like, you're in jail.
Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think.
Oh, they're specifically talking about, but like, you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I do. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game, Zach Gramery mentioned your name, Gavin. We can, yeah. Oh, well, they just remind me of, in a way, only slightly, that TikTok comment where someone was like, "Are they lovers?" and the person just replied, "Worse." Worse.
Worse.
So much worse. It just sucks. It's just bad. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. And also you were being weird as hell, and I, like, had to figure that shit out.
Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard.
Someone hit him hard. Oh,
Sorry.
that is Phoenix. Sorry, my
Me,
bad.
please. The cops should be here any minute.
Any minute.
Oh, no, there's not. It's not stopping. I'm in your hand. Should it come to that? Sorry. There was no pauses. They were just like, go, 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 go.
I have to know.
I'm nosy.
We so nosy. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No, Zach Gramery.
Wow.
Crazy. Whoa, I've never seen psych locks like these. Dark, cold, full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? No.
We're not going to
So-
answer that question.
You were supposed to find the sound Apologistus too, so, you know, you can die.
I wonder how much you really would, though. Just like, I don't think it...
I know. I'm very much aware that, like, some people are just, like, assuming it would be good or answer questions.
Well, like-
so, like, I know that... Yeah.
I guess my question would be like, would that mean that that he continues to be the big bad for a second game? Which would feel weird, because we haven't done that before. We've, like, carried characters, but we've never been like, big bad, again! Like, he was already in jail
True.
for this entire game. So I am curious what the plan was, but I wonder how much of a plan there truly was, you know?
Yeah.
Or if they were just like, ooh, maybe we'll touch on that later, and then didn't, you know?
The only reason I think
Well-
it could work is because, like, the Fae family was kind of a thing in both the second and third games. It wasn't the exact same people, but
Yeah.
it was, like...
I know what you
Like,
mean about Morgan. I don't think it's entirely the same in a way, because, like, I feel like I just always felt like Morgan was, like, a little bit more contained. Not entirely, but, like, the Fae...
That's fair.
But, like...
I would like to see him as a big bad, but that's more just a personal, like, I like his character thing.
But
that's more of a
I
just,
think
like, he's
I think what
compelling
I
to
mean
me.
is that would be 3+ cases that Kristoff is the answer for. And I can see that getting tiresome.
It would definitely have to be, like interspersed with, like, other in-between shit. And I
And-
don't know what the solution to that would be.
Yeah, and I feel like it would almost be weird. Like, I'm curious about what they would have done,
But I think
since Shutakumi said he had a plotline for the Gavin brothers, and it might have sucked, it might have not actually been that polished. It could be that there was someone else connected to this that they would have taken over. So that's my I mean, like, again, like, this is all more wishful thinking. It could have been like a very loose plot line that like we're all just assuming about. But I could see it working if it was like Kristoff left a path that like would lead to someone who was like
I feel like
in the lineage.
Which, like, obviously they've done that before. There's been other people like higher up. I just like, I think that I'm like, Kristoff already is such like a big bad of Ace Attorney. I'm like, it almost, I think my brain is like, oh, it would just like, it would be another where it just like keeps like accelerating more extreme, because like he already did multiple murders, like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And then he also already like did really personal ones. So I'm like, okay, so if it's someone else, like, what are they gonna do that's more extreme, you know? Like...
Yeah, fair. It would definitely have to be a thing, kind of like what Avula said, where, like, he was more just, like, connected, but he wasn't the like, person.
I feel like the one thing that I find is that, like, Morgan, I feel like, was a little easier to... you don't have to explain everything with Kristoff, but I feel like Kristoff, because he has much more of a personal relationship, and that's, like, more complicated than just, like, one of the phase. Like, Morgan has more going on, but I feel like it would involve more explaining, since they don't, like, even when you think about it, like, 1 and 2 are very connected, but, like, they don't, like, really explain everything, you know? Yeah. And they, for these games, were very much like, we don't want to explain. But I understand that's partly because the games are by different people. Anyway.
No, it's nothing.
It's one of those things where, I feel like you would have needed to have the entire trilogy planned, and I just don't think that is what they would have done.
Very fair, yeah.
Yeah. Especially if, like, they so easily threw it out. Like, I know this game didn't particularly do awesome, but I can't imagine they had it super, super planned if they decided to... Well, you know what? That's a lie. Although this was older... Like,
I think we'll just never know, and
we're just never gonna know.
Deal.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm always like, you know what? I don't care. But every time there's any chance of any Ace Attorney news, someone says to me, maybe it'll be an Apollo Justice sequel, and I'm like, we've got to stop. I appreciate like wanting to know, but I don't.
Always filled with. My promise, I don't even think it'll happen. I just want to know. I hope there's an afterlife solely so I can grill Shutakumi on that shit.
You're gonna that's all you want.
That's all I fucking want. I just want to be like, you gotta tell me what the hell was supposed to happen with the Gavins.
What would you do if it really was like, oh, it was kind of just like vibes? Like, you know when you make like a mood board?
I'd throw him off a cloud.
Well, the issue is when people say we could get more in an anime, I don't think Shutakumi works on any of the animes. So we could get more in an anime, except for the fact that like it wouldn't.
But they wouldn't be able to do too much if they planned. Because
they got they got Takumi involved, but like, would he be involved now?
Yeah.
Like, would he be involved now? I don't know. I don't think that's a guarantee, and I also don't know if he would have. Like, that's a really big thing to reveal in an anime. Like, that would have to be that would be an entire additional plot line, and I just don't know if they'd do that.
I agree.
This isn't fucking
Anyway.
Catriel.
Back to this fucking guy. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know.
Also, this is the last thing I want to say about it. I can also totally see him being like, yeah, we had a plan for the Gavins, and I hate it now. Because I can totally see, like, however many years out from this we are now, he was like, yeah, so I had something, and, like, now that I've had X amount of years to think about it, I don't like it. I think that's just, like, a natural part of the process, you know?
No, I completely get that.
I do that, like, monthly. He's doing his nails, sorry. Anyway, that's all. We can't do this part. We should go to bed. We have to leave here anyway.
I gotta go and be a Nepo baby tomorrow. So.
Oh. So next week, I don't even know if we'll finish next week now.
I mean, if we grind, I you know, I shouldn't hope. I shouldn't jinx it.
We're like maybe halfway through.
the Mason system stuff. We have like a little bit of Detention Center, all of Drew Studio. We have a little bit of the Borscht Bowl, a little bit of Solitary Cell 13, and then these two. And then we have, there's like 4 hours left in the game. Okay, yeah, we really messed up how much was left of this. All right, we'll see you whenever. I think
And
we can
depending
stream
on
next week?
Friday. I might be able to like grind it out a bit more, depending on like, you know.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see.
Okay, Monday I'm playing The Bed We Made. Thursday I'm playing...
Ooh, what's that?
It's like a 50s style murder mystery. You are like a maid in a hotel and someone gets murdered. I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but Steam said I'd want to play it, so I bought it. And then on Thursday we're doing more Zero Escape. We're not going to finish anything remotely close to that, but I guess we'll find out more nonsense, and then we'll be back here. Because we are never getting out of here. We are stuck in this game until we fucking die. Miles Edgeworth, we will never see you. Anyway, have a good weekend. Everyone go drink some water. Well, yeah. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.